I just said that so fast. Like, did y'all understand me or no? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sidney, and if you're new, then welcome. So you guys, in today's video, I'm going to be doing a Q&A. As you can tell by the title, I've never done anything like it before. So I guess this can kind of be like a get to know me type thing if you don't already know me. So yeah, I've been doing really good with planning all my content and all my videos for you guys, so I'm so excited for that. I actually got kind of set back a little bit by the hurricane. If you don't know, Louisiana had a huge hurricane that came, and we were out of power for like 3 days. So I couldn't film like I wanted to, but now I'm back finally, and I'm thankful that we're back. So I asked you guys on Instagram to ask me some questions, you know, a little Q&A, and I have my questions right here in my little notepad. I'm not gonna make this intro super long. I'm just gonna get right into it. But before we get into it, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at curlsbysid and on Twitter at LifeOfSidney. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to click that bell so you can be notified when I post. First question is, where am I from? If you don't already know, I am from Opelousas, Louisiana. I don't really have much to say about it. It's a small town. Don't really want to be here anymore, you know. It's just not for me. It's just nothing out here, I feel like. And definitely after I get out of school, after I finish school, I'm gonna try to go somewhere else. Because, you know, it is home, but it does get boring after a while because, like I said, there's nothing really here for you to do. Like, there's no way to progress being in Opelousas, you get what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's why I kind of want to steer away from Opelousas. But other than that, there's much culture out here. If you know New Orleans, Mardi Gras, that's a good time. Bayou Classic, all of that. But besides that, yeah, I don't think I want to stay in Louisiana for the rest of my life. To answer your question, I am from Opelousas. So my next question is a pretty common question. I get this question pretty often, and it is, how do I secure my brand ambassador deals? So first of all, it's kind of a lot to that question. I'm not going to get all into it because it's kind of a long topic. But to say the least, I just reach out to people, you know. Don't be afraid to reach out to people. And I'm saying that because a following on Instagram does not matter at all. Like, don't let these big people, those big famous people with the blue checks tell you that a following matters, because it doesn't at all. Like, you can have 2,000 followers and be working or collabing with the biggest, like one of the biggest brands ever. But yeah, to sum it up, the way I secured my brand ambassador deals was I reached out. I was not afraid to reach out, and sometimes that's what it takes. You know, a bigger brand might not notice you, but to get noticed by that bigger brand is mainly to get you noticed by them. And if they see that you're using their clothes, using their hashtags often, then of course they're going to reach out to you. But I'm saying all that to say this, it really doesn't matter how many followers you have. I reached out for all of my ambassador deals, and I'm not afraid to say that because sometimes that's what it takes to get noticed, you know. My next question is, how do I get a high following on Instagram? So my experience, I started Instagram back when it was like popping. I'm a social media person, okay? Like, I stayed on social media all the time. I posted all the time. I did those stupid videos all the time. I was that kind of person. I was into that kind of stuff. And that was around the time where shout out for shout out was like popping. It's not popping no more because Instagram's algorithm has changed, obviously. But yeah, I did a lot of shout out for shout out, and that's still common today. Not really like it used to be, but it's still common today. One major thing that I suggest is using hashtags. Whenever you use hashtags, that attracts many different people to your page and your pictures. For example, if I follow a hashtag that's called, let's say, curly naturals, then I'm gonna see every person who follows and who posts on curly naturals. And that's mainly what I do today. But yeah, my main advice would be to use hashtags. Don't be afraid to follow people, and don't be afraid to interact with your audience, your followers. The next question is, what is one short-term and what is one long-term goal that I have for myself? So me, if you don't know already, I'm the type of person who doesn't really plan ahead, because it's not all the time that your plans go as planned. So, and most of the time you end up with your feelings hurt, or, you know, your hopes are crushed because, you know, nothing turned out as planned. But I'm the type of person that kind of just goes with the flow. Like, I plan short term, but I don't really plan long term. Like, I know what I want in life, and I can say that I want it. I can set a goal for myself, and I can dream big, but I know that there's a chance that that might not happen. So I'm not gonna depend hopefully on that dream. You get what I'm saying? I have more than one short-term goal right now, and a few are to continue working on myself, to continue setting goals for myself as far as YouTube and as far as Instagram. And it's not just that, setting goals for myself as well as school. You know, I'm in school. If you didn't know, I'm in nursing, and it's gonna be about a year or less than a year until I get to apply to nursing school. So one of my short-term goals are also getting into nursing school and just seeing where I am then. My long-term goals, I know I don't want to be in Louisiana. I know I want to be working regardless. I know I want to be successful on YouTube. I want to get further with my YouTube career. Next question is, how has quarantine strengthened my relationship? And I kind of love that question because it definitely has. Quarantine definitely has strengthened my relationship. So relationships, they aren't perfect at all, and there always is room for improvement. That's something that you should know if you're in a relationship. I definitely think that it has helped us communicate with each other better, because before quarantine and before all of this, we really didn't have the best communication skills. Like, they weren't lacking, but they could have been better. Like I said, there's always room for improvement. We have no choice but to communicate with each other. You know, we live with each other, we're together 24/7, and especially in quarantine because we couldn't really go anywhere. So yeah, we have no choice but to talk to each other when we get mad. My next question is, where do I see myself in 4 years? That kind of goes back to one of my previous questions. I don't really, like I said, I don't really plan long term, but if I could answer that question, then see myself in a different state, of course, because like I said, I don't want to stay in Louisiana. And I don't know, that's pretty much all I can say about that. I'm not a person who like looks very, very deep into the future. I've just never been. So yeah, that's where I see myself in 4 years. My next question is, when am I planning on having a child? So if you know me, then you know I'm not a big kids person. I do want kids eventually, like 2 or 1 maybe, but not anytime soon. I'm very, very young, and I just have a lot going for myself. I have a lot planned for myself, so I don't really, and I'm not saying that a kid would ruin that, but a kid would definitely intervene with my plan. I don't really plan on having kids anytime soon. Maybe in like 7 years. I'm saying 7 years, but yeah, I don't really want a kid anytime soon. I have a lot to do. I still have a lot to figure out for myself, so I don't really want to bring a kid into this world not knowing, you know, what's my next step. My next question is, am I a fan of astrology? Not really, honestly. I'm not that type of person to be like, oh, I'm in Aries, this and that. We're Aries, so we don't need to be together. Like, no, I don't really believe in that stuff. Some people do, and no offense to you if you do, but I'm just not that kind of person. I feel like a person can't tell you 100 facts about them just by looking at their astrology. Like, I don't know, I just don't believe in that stuff. Question is, what or who inspires me the most? And that's a good question, because I honestly think I inspire myself the most. I wasn't the type of person to get advice from people, because not everyone is always able to give me advice. I'm more of the person to give advice rather than to get advice. So I kind of just take my own advice. I talk to myself, you know, whenever I'm having issues. I really sit down and think to myself to get through whatever it is that I'm going through. So I honestly think that I inspire myself the most, you know, because I know what I'm capable of, and I know the kind of person that I am. So I know what to expect from myself. In no way I'm trying to sound arrogant, but I just know myself. You know, nobody knows you like you know yourself. Inspire yourself. Don't listen to anybody but yourself, you know, like, get advice from yourself, because nobody knows you like you, period. Yeah, that about wraps up this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed getting to know me. I enjoyed letting you guys get to know me. If you want to see a part 2, then make sure you drop it down in the comments below. Let me know. I'd be happy to give it to you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video.